This is Rugby Merlin and welcome back to the channel. This is my preview of week 3 of the Six Nations 2025. So at this key juncture in the Six Nations, week 3, I've entitled this video Refocus because that's what I think all of the teams need to do, and for different reasons, which we'll get into as we go along. The first game up again is Wales. They're playing for the first time at home, this time to Ireland. We're absolutely on fire at the moment, so it's going to be a big game for Ireland and Wales. From a Welsh perspective, we've lost our coach. He's been sacked or he's walked away, whatever you want to say. The players now don't have the shield of Gatland to protect them. So they're going to absolutely be chomping at the bit, I hope, to put in a good performance against Ireland. And Ireland are the only team now left with a shout at the Grand Slam. And in terms of refocusing, I think Wales really need to refocus. The players need to produce because they don't have any other option now. They're going to live or die by this moment. And in terms of the Irish players, they're just going to want to pick up where they left off against Scotland, and they played very well. They were very combative at the breakdown. They earned a lot of kind of the hard yards up front, so I think they're going to keep doing that. We'll get into score predictions towards the end of the video, but that first game is gonna, I think, set the tone for the rest of the weekend. Second game is England hosting Scotland for the Calcutta Cup, the oldest tournament in rugby, kind of in the rugby world. So that's pretty amazing. I didn't know it was the oldest one, but Scotland have won the last 4 of these games, so they've really got England kind of under their thumb at the moment, and it's a huge game for Scotland. There's an old historical rivalry there, and it's carried on into the modern day. Now, the reason why England have got to refocus is because, as always, they're either in the English media the greatest team in the world or the worst team in the world. Now, I'm a big booster of the English side, but just because they have a large pool of players, it's just kind of math, right? You have a large group of good players. They've got the Premiership, and they're going to do well. So I get a lot of stick for that, but I do agree that the English media pumps up the team to unbelievable levels. So it's like, if they could say, having lost a match against Ireland, that they were still on for the Grand Slam, they would be all over it now, But that's the thing about England. They need to refocus, get down to nuts and bolts, solve their set piece issues, and just put in a gritty, hard-working performance. But I hope both Vickers cut them off from social media, because that's not what they need now going into this match against Scotland. Scotland are hurt, believe me. They're hurt in their squad in terms of injuries, but they're hurt psychologically as well after that big defeat against Ireland. And Scotland, this is a game. There's a song that is famous in Wales by the Stereophonics called "As Long as We Beat the English." Now, it's true for Wales, but it's more so true for the Scottish. And I really think that England need to be really switched on and really need to refocus on what they want to do this championship, and internally, how they want to play, how they want to come out, how the forwards want to compete. Set piece is going to be absolutely key. Scotland did struggle a little bit in the set piece, but again, Scotland are suffering from a few injuries. We're not sure at this point if Finn Russell is going to be available. Chesam comes into the second row. I haven't got much of the team announcements yet at the point of making this video, but Chesam who did carry very well when he did come on as substitute. He's into the second row instead of George Martin. I'm not sure if that is the best decision to put him in the second row, not to put him in, but to put him in the second row. Thought he might have had a place in the back row, but we'll see how that goes. So I think France will little bro Italy a little bit and put a few points on them because they need to bounce back definitely to be in with a shout of winning this year's Six Nations. And it's really up for grabs this year. I mean, Ireland again are setting the pace, but France, England, Scotland, if they can beat England, will be in with a shout. So, you know, it's all to play for, and like week 3 is a big one, you know. So let's get into some predictions. All right, Wales, Ireland. So Wales playing at home would probably give them like a certain point advantage, like 10, 15. But I'm going to say that it's going to be a little bit of a rebound for Wales. New management, new coaching, some players coming in. So I think Wales will play well in the second half. But with Ireland chasing the Grand Slam, in the first half it's going to be all Ireland. I'm going to predict 4 tries. So 4 times 7, that's 28. Let's say they miss 1, that's 26. And in the first half, I think Wales will just get a penalty. So 26-3 in the first half. Second half, I think Wales will actually, the players will, you know, take some pride in the jersey, which is what they need to do at this point. You need some pride in the jersey. So I think Wales will get a couple of tries, and at this point, tries are very hard to come by for Wales. I think they'll get 14 points. So 14 plus 3, say for a penalty, 17. But I think Ireland will get the same. So I think it'll be like a draw in the second half. So let's say it's going to be 42 points to 17 to Ireland. I think Ireland will, you know, once they know the game is won, they got the bonus point. It's human nature, they're going to switch off. So I'll predict that happening. So 42-17 is my prediction. On to the second game now. This is probably the most difficult to predict the winner of. Calcutta Cup has been held by Scotland for the last 4 years, so England are going to be desperate to get that back. I'm just wondering England's mentality, if they've been, the media has pumped them up too much and they're getting too ahead of themselves. They need to do the basics correctly and they'll win the game. If they don't get a set piece right, they don't get the forward play right, then they're going to come unstuck again. So I think England are probably favourites, but I'm going to go for Scotland for the win again. I just think there's too much of a connection between the English media and the English side, and they need to sever that connection for them to do well, because they definitely have the talent. But I'm going to go with the Scotland win. Very close game. I'll say it's going to be 32 points to 28 to Scotland. Scotland definitely get a couple of tries. So that's my prediction for that, 32-28. And last of all, France and Italy. That one, again, France, they always little bro Italy because so many players like cross-pollinate. But I'll say Italy are on a good run at the moment. They have some confidence in them. So I'll say 24-38 to France. France might rest a couple of players, and so those are my predictions for week 3. But it's going to be an almighty week 3. This is going to kind of define the last couple of weeks. So I was watching Dan Bigger and Big Jim talk about it on the Rugby pod with the English guy, and you know, it was interesting. Dan Bigger is such a good pundit, I think, and he called it as an ex-player who's actually had some success. He said like week 3 will define your Six Nations tournament. That's the game that you want to win, you know, either to stop the momentum shifting against you or to put it for you, you know. And Big Jim has always sold out the Scottish and called for England to to be the winners. But yeah, it's going to be such an interesting weekend. I mean, it's tough to call these games, but I'll give it a shot. Like, please call me up in the comments if I get it totally wrong after the matches. I don't mind a bit of banter. So, yeah, enjoy the games this weekend. It's going to be epic, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.